Hello, everybody. This is Azrael 444. I hope your 4th of July weekend was well, that you all are safe. And I just want to come on here and tell you about a dream I've had. It was on June 29th. And in this dream, I and a friend of mine were driving down a road, a 2-lane road, and it was starting to get dark out, and it looked like there was a big storm coming. Then me and my buddy, we decided that we're going to try to find some place to shelter up for this big giant storm. So we pull off to a little road on the left. As soon as we pull off this road, it's like a little gravel road. I don't know, about maybe 50 yards or so down the road, there was a set of railroad tracks. So we crossed the railroad tracks, there was nothing coming. Then we went past an old abandoned train depot. It was right beside the tracks. We passed that. We drove a little further down the road, maybe a few hundred yards down the road, and we come across an old farmhouse. And it appeared to be abandoned too, so me and my buddy was able to get in that farmhouse and prepare to wait out the storm. And I heard an airplane, like a jet airplane flying overhead. And so we looked out the windows of this house, looking further down that road, and there's an old abandoned airstrip. And there's nobody else around, just me and my buddy. And we seen this jet airplane. It looked like a military plane. I don't know if you guys know what an F-15 military plane looks like, but this is kind of what it looked like. It looks like it was coming to land. I guess because of the storm. But when it got on the ground, it was starting to, slow down. Once it got on the ground, it had to veer to the left, which was towards our way, to avoid something in the runway. And the plane ran off the runway, broke the wings off, and it landed upside down in this marshy bog area. And it landed upside down in this bog and started to sink. So I told my buddies, I gotta go out and save these people. So I go outside, and it had just barely started drizzling outside, but it wasn't pouring down rain yet. It was just drizzling. So I go down the road, where that airplane went into that marsh was right beside the road, and it was probably about another 400 yards away. And I got there. It's kind of weird because I walked over to where the plane was at, but I was standing toward where the nose of the plane was at, and the nose of the plane was already under the marsh, the bog, or whatever you call it. And it's kind of weird because all of a sudden I got really, really big, turned into a big giant. I reached down, I grabbed this airplane with 2 hands, I picked it up out of the marsh, I set it on the roadway, right side up. And I told the people in the airplanes, you guys better get out. It might catch on fire. It might blow up. So they jettisoned their windshield, or what they call a canopy, the cover over the flight deck section. And all of a sudden the plane changed into a different kind of plane. It's kind of weird. And so I was standing at the front of the airplane looking down into the flight deck of this airplane, and there were 4 military guys. They were dressed in military flight suits, and they were sitting in their seats, and there were 2 women in there. So there's 6 people in the cockpit of this plane. It's kind of weird. But so 3 of the military guys, they got out of their seats and was able to get out of the plane. But the 4th one, he couldn't get his seat belt undone. Was stuck. So I reached down and basically I just grabbed the seat with my right hand and just ripped the whole entire seat and him out of the airplane. Then I held him in the seat with my left hand and reached down with my right hand, and like with 2 fingers I grabbed the seat belts and ripped them off there like they're little rubber bands. And the dude got out of his seat, and I set him down on the ground, and those 4 guys were like standing around there. And the 2 women, one of the women was able to get out of her seat just fine, and she was standing over there by the guys. But the other woman, she had her seatbelt was stuck too. But it's kind of weird. She had like an orange jumpsuit on. But anyways, so I reached to go pull her seat out of the airplane too, like I did with that guy. And she started yelling and cussing at me, saying, "Don't touch me, leave me alone. I'll do it myself. Get away from me." And she was still struggling to get out of that seatbelt. I was like, "Honey, this plane might blow up. I got to get you out of this plane." So I reached down and I ripped her seat out of the plane too with my right hand. And I did the same thing. I put the seat in her in my left hand, reached down and ripped off the seat belts with my 2 fingers. And I guess the seat belts were somehow wrapped around her left leg, and her left leg fell off. And before you get too freaked out, her left leg was a artificial limb. So, so I grabbed her with my right hand, and I set her down on the ground, and I grabbed her fake leg, and I kind of like put it over by her so she can like strap it back on her, however it goes on. But anyway, then all these people and myself, we go back to this farmhouse. So I was like, "Let's go back to this farmhouse. Let's get out of the storm that's coming." So we're all inside this farmhouse sitting around, and just kind of talking to each other and stuff. And all of a sudden, the one lady's like, "Hey, where's that other lady at? She's not in here. She must have left." And next thing you know, a few moments later, the whole entire house was engulfed in flames. All around the whole entire perimeter of the farmhouse is all in flames. And one of the guys was like, "I think she's trying to kill us. She's trying to burn us down in this house." So we go to the front door, open the front door, and we managed to jump over the flames and get out of the house, and we ran up the street, to that abandoned train depot, and we was able to get in there. So we got inside there, and we were standing around talking for a few minutes. And my buddy was standing next to a window, but he had his back to the window. And that lady, the good lady, whatever, that didn't try to burn us out, she was standing facing the window. She told my buddy, she said, "Hey, she's outside the window. Watch out." And my buddy turned around and looked at her. And of course, I looked at the window too, and I seen her. Then she darted off. But at that time, I guess she found like a yellow raincoat or something. And it started raining pretty good. So, anyways, she runs around to the front of the house, and she's standing out in front of the train depot. The front doors of the train depot. She's standing out front there, like out there in the walkway, and she was telling us she's going to kill us and all those kinds of stuff like that. Then right about that time, she transformed into this massive demon. It was like 12 feet tall or something, like this giant demon. Then I prayed to God, and I was like, "God, please help us out of this situation. She's here to kill us." And right about that time, not even a couple seconds after I asked for help, a huge lightning bolt come out of the sky, really big lightning bolt, and hit this demon right straight dead on. and instantaneously this demon just vaporized into an explosion into nothing. It was just completely gone. And after that, we was all back inside this train depot, and we were just waiting out the storm. It's a really weird dream. But that's when I woke up. So, really weird. But if you guys would, let me know what you think about that dream. What do you think that might mean? I asked the Lord to let me know what it means. And He hasn't said nothing to me yet. But let me know what you guys think it might be about. I'd be really curious to find out. If you guys can help me out with that, that'd be awesome. Well, anyways, I guess that's it for now. If you are not saved, if you have not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you need to do so now, because there is not much time left. I can tell you that. I can feel that in my heart. I can feel that in my soul. We do not have much time left. And if you know somebody that's not saved, do everything you can to get them to, be saved. And but anyway, that's it for now. But let me know what you guys think about this dream I had. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I put a fish on my TV just for like something to look at instead of looking at my ugly mug. But anyways, let me know what you think. I appreciate it. This is Azrael 444 out for now. God bless. Bye.